Hi Terry, I'm Mercedes. I'll be your student nurse today. I was just wondering if you had a few minutes to discuss your recent history of depression.
Yeah, I can talk about my depression.
Sure. I was just wondering what types of things you're doing to manage it today.
Well, about 2 months ago, I had to go to the hospital because I had thoughts of suicide. So after that, I started taking an antidepressant, and that's helped a lot. And then I've also been attending outpatient support groups, and that's helped me the most because they're like my friends, and we could give each other advice and help each other through hard times. And so that's really helped me get over my depression.
How often do you attend those groups?
I usually try to go about once a week, and they usually are about 1 or 2 hours each time.
And what types of things do they teach you there to help you?
They teach us some ways to cope with the stress, and we talk about ways to subside our depression, and we'll just have games and stuff to do something to get our minds off of it.
I understand that you have a history of smoking usage too. So is that related to your depression in any way?
Yeah, I have been smoking a lot recently, and when I get stressed over my depression or get upset, I go to smoking first, and that's what relieves my anxiety.
Okay, I'm going to do an assessment just to ask you about your tobacco usage. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Okay. Well, let's see here. How many packs of cigarettes, or how much do you smoke typically in a week?
Well, each day I usually smoke about 2 packs.
Okay, and what kind of cigarettes are they?
They're unfiltered Camel cigarettes.
And at what age did you start smoking?
I started to smoke around the age of 14.
Okay, and have you noticed any illnesses that have come from smoking or any health problems? I noticed you have asthma.
Yeah, I was just diagnosed with asthma recently because I was having a lot of shortness of breath and it was hard to breathe. And I do get sinus infections a lot, and they say that can be from my smoking as well.
Okay. Have you done anything to try and quit smoking?
Not really. Every once in a while I'll try to cut back, but it doesn't last very long.
What types of things have you done?
I've tried to limit how much I smoke by decreasing it. I've also been spending more time with my family and my niece because they don't like when I smoke, so when I'm around them, they don't want me to.
Okay. So I have this ruler here, and I was just wondering, on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready you would be to cut down on your smoking usage.
As of right now, I'm probably about a 3.
Okay. I understand that from what you've told me, your cigarette usage is a little bit below safe limits, and I'm concerned about how that's going to affect your health in the long run. Like you said, you're recently diagnosed with asthma, and that you've been experiencing shortness of breath, and actually smoking with asthma is very unsafe, and it can actually make your asthma much worse, and that's why you're having trouble breathing. I was just wondering what types of things you get from smoking. Like, does it help with your depression?
Yeah, the main reason is that it helps with my depression, and when I'm stressed, it helps reduce that. And my friends smoke too, so when I'm with them, we usually smoke together.
So have you ever tried to get away from them while they're smoking?
Not really. I've thought about it, but I haven't made a change yet.
Is it okay if I give you some advice to help with your situation?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay, so since you said that you're on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 3 on the readiness ruler, I think that you have some willing to change Could you rate again on the ruler how important it is for you to change?
I'd say it's more like a 5 of importance.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident would you be in quitting smoking?
Maybe like a 2 or a 3.
Okay. Why do you think it'll be important for you to change your habits and quit smoking?
Well, right now my health's not that great, and I've already started to see some problems, so I think it's important to make a change to help with my asthma and other sicknesses and diseases.
Okay. I think that's great that you've realized how much smoking has impacted your health and your relationships and your family. Like you said, that you enjoy spending time with your niece. What are some other ways besides going to smoking to help to relieve your depression and prevent it from coming back?
Well, I think if I keep attending my support groups, that would help a lot with reducing my stress. But that we only meet once a week, so maybe there's some other things I could do to help when I'm not at support group.
Okay. And like you said, your family is a great support system and is always there when you need them. And your support group for your depression is also helping you. Would you like to tell me some pros about continuing smoking?
I think some pros is that smoking relaxes me when I'm stressed out, and I like how it makes me feel. And I don't want to increase my stress any more than it already is, so smoking helps with that.
Okay. Well, there are other ways that you can decrease your stress, and I'm sure your support group and or I could help you to come up with more ways.
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell me some cons of you continuing to smoke?
It makes my asthma worse, and it's hard to breathe. I don't like the way it makes my house and my clothes smell. And I do seem to get sick more often. And my dad died when he was 66 because he had lung cancer from smoking.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss. Those are some great reasons to motivate you to help quit smoking and change your habits. Let's see. And these are all very important reasons. I understand that you're scared to go back into depression and that smoking is something that prevents you from doing so. Would you like to discuss some ideas to help you start making those changes to quit smoking?
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Okay. I know you mentioned a lot of your friends smoke. And like I said before, like you said before, you said that you haven't really thought about changing who you hang out with. Mm-hmm. What about hanging out with your niece more often since you can't really smoke around her?
Yeah, I really like that. I like when we get to spend time together. I want to be a good role model for her, so I can't smoke around her either because my brother won't allow it.
Well, I think that's a great idea, and your friends and your family are going to be there and a big help to you quitting smoking because you definitely need a support system. It's not something easy to overcome. I would suggest that you would cut back on the amount of cigarettes that you smoke a day because 2 packs a day is very bad for your health. Could you see yourself doing that?
Yeah, I tried doing that before, but maybe now this time I could be more, I could stick with it longer.
Well, it's good to have a plan and have a goal set before you move forward with quitting so you know that you have a plan of what you're going to do. Have you ever thought about exercising or going to any workout classes to relieve some stress?
Yeah, I do like to exercise, and being outside is fun, but my asthma makes it a little hard, so maybe if I cut back, I could be able to do those things more often.
Well, I feel like you've been very successful in managing your depression, and I feel like you will continue to be successful with that. You have a positive attitude, and your goals of wanting to be healthy are very obvious. It seems like your niece is very important to you, so always keep that in mind when you do go to smoke because I feel like that will be a good reminder of why you shouldn't.
Yeah, I really want to stop smoking for her.
Okay. Now on the scale of 1 to 10 again, how ready are you to make a change?
I think I'm probably a 5 or 6 now after talking about it.
Okay, well, that's a big difference from the beginning of our conversation. I think it's great, and I believe that if you set your mind to it, you will be able to quit smoking. If you ever have any problems or you feel like you need someone to talk to, you can always do that with me. I was hoping to meet with you again to see if any of your goals that we have set in place have been achieved. When is a good time for you?
I think probably like 2 months I might be able to make some of a difference in my smoking habits.
Well, that's great. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at your next appointment.
Thanks for your help.